That's right, today it finally happened. Our leader, Elon Musk, has finally revealed himself as the one true Satoshi, sending Bitcoin out of its bearish trajectory and on its path once again to the promised land of 100K and beyond. Today we're going to be looking at the trail of breadcrumbs that Elon has been leaving for us for years, leading us to believe that not only has he always been deeply acquainted with, proficient in, and understanding of the potential of cryptocurrency, but that he is planning something utterly massive for Bitcoin. And as always, I will be telling you exactly how I plan to maximize my gains and exposure from what Papa Elon is trying to do, not only for you and me, but really the entire cryptocurrency movement globally, and essentially giving us a much needed push into the monetary systems of tomorrow. You're definitely going to want to watch this one front to back, so if you guys are excited, go ahead, destroy that like button. And as always, just by commenting below, you're entered to win your very own hardware wallet. We're actually going to be giving one away today, so you're definitely going to want to watch this one till the very end to see if you've won. As always, remember there are scammers in the comments pretending to be me. There are scam videos that play before this video. I can't control either of those things, but just remember, no one is here to give you free money. No one is here to manage your funds, and that if you send a stranger crypto across the internet, you probably have lost that money. With that said, let's dive in. Now, first of all, before we get into the business side of today's episode, I just want to go over what happened yesterday with the Wall Street Bets crowd and how they pumped up the Dogecoin to incredible new heights. Well, first and foremost, I just want to say that I was live tweeting this whole thing because my girlfriend actually was part of this action. Now, she doesn't really engage too much with the crypto scene, and obviously I've been talking to her about crypto every single day for the last 3 years, but as soon as her friends started tweeting at her, Dogecoin is going to $1, everybody buy, she started hopping in, and all these celebrities were pushing it, and it was really a moment of pop culture that I found extremely exciting and funny. And it was really this like vicious cycle where you saw people come in and experience probably, several months of crypto behavior in just a few minutes and a few hours. And so I was just laughing because I said this in the morning, wow, it's about to get wild. I was saying things like Doge's peaceful protest. That's of course a Bitcoin-ism that people like to say, but I was, using this in jest, obviously. Someone got 2,000 likes. I'm saying what's happening with Doge is nothing short of history. The making, obviously a little typo there from my phone. And then this is where it got really funny to me because my girlfriend started saying stuff like this. I'm buying Doge. All my friends told me it's going to $1 and we're going to dump it right when it hits $1. And obviously you've all been in crypto before, so you've seen people in the chat rooms and the telegrams say stuff like this. It never plays out that way. These sort of pump and dump BS groups, they always end up, for the most part, screwing people over. And so this, to me, I was just laughing, and I did try to convince her not to do it for a second, but then I was like, all right, whatever, just don't put in a lot of money. And so she only put in a couple bucks here, but she was so glued into her phone the entire day, obsessively. She said things like, how can I go to sleep when this could be enough money for the rest of my life? It wasn't. But the reality is that was the feeling, that crypto feeling, that rush of crypto, and the potential for actually making gains like that was some pretty amazing stuff, right? So I was tweeting stuff like this. Obviously, this was sarcasm, Doge only, up only. I hope everyone got that I was tweeting in jest here. And then Doge started crashing, and then she started saying all her friends are saying to buy the dip. And then she asked me, when is the end of the dip? She said, I just bought under 6 cents. People said that's good. It was up at this point like 600%. So yeah, you guys get it. Then she said, who sold? She was really mad. Anyway, I thought this was great because this just kind of shows you like what the whole energy was. She started showing me even crypto memes here. Weak aura, strong aura. She even said Asia is waking up soon and will support our cause. And so honestly, like there is so much crypto culture smashed into just a few minutes here for people. And I was really excited to see this. But then it actually kind of hit me because the reality of the situation is, yeah, maybe Doge is going to keep pumping. Maybe it keeps going up. Who knows? But what I can say is that if you zoom out, this usually doesn't end well, this type of pump. And how many thousands or I don't know, maybe even millions of people got into this right at the time of this sort of cultural movement. movement. And if this thing doesn't resolve to the upside, how many people are going to be burned, or how many people already got burned on crypto yesterday by, buying at 8 cents and now they're down half their money? It's one of those things where it is funny to meme about, but as soon as stuff starts getting really real, the reality of this is if Wall Street Bets just starts becoming a big P&D, then that's not really good for crypto. It's not the same cultural movement that we were hoping people would get behind and start to understand. There is an element of sticking it to the suits here, but it's not quite the same as overcoming shorts like with GameStop. This is more just a pump and dump that essentially will leave people burned, right? And who knows, maybe I'm prematurely judging this. Maybe this is a global movement. Maybe Doge is going to $1. I'm not saying any of those things. I can't predict anything like what we saw yesterday. But what I can say is that the way this ended up so far is kind of disappointing, and I personally hope that this doesn't become a phenomenon where people just come into crypto to get burned. So that's my soapbox for today, is I hope that this Doge situation doesn't continue too much, because it could end up being really, really bad for crypto. And thankfully, today, we got the CEO of Dogecoin coming out and showing his true colors. That's right. The story of today here is, without a doubt, Elon Musk tweeting, "In retrospect, it was inevitable." And this is, of course, because he has Bitcoin in his bio. Now, for anyone in the crypto scene, there have been rumors and mumblings and theories about Elon Musk being not only Satoshi Nakamoto, but just a huge proponent of Bitcoin. After all, the man did found PayPal, tried to launch his own digital currency. This man is truly deeply familiar with borderless transactions, remittance issues, problems with the legacy banking system. I mean, he became a billionaire off of it. And he imagines worlds in Mars and Pluto where I doubt they have a Wells Fargo. I know for a fact that this man has contemplated what it would mean to have cryptocurrency and how it could potentially be a cornerstone innovation for the things that he's concerned with, which is life on other planets, new types of worlds and ecosystems that are no longer tied to our legacy infrastructure. And of course, maybe it was just this simple that he hates the shorters. I mean, we know this because yesterday he was tweeting about shorting. He said, you can't sell houses you don't own, you can't sell cars you don't own, but you can sell stocks you don't own, and that's called shorting. I was explaining what it is to short things. You can sell a stock that you don't own. How weird is that? It's just a Wall Street plaything. It's a financial mechanism that people make money off of, and he's hated the shorters forever because they've always been plaguing Tesla. There's a whole movement called Tesla Q, which is all about shorting Tesla. At any rate, he's very, very anti-shorters, and maybe it was just this simple that he wanted to wipe out all the shorts on Bitcoin just because he could with one simple tweet. And you can see here that this momentarily broke Bitcoin out of the Bitcoin dominance cycle that it was on. And at the very least here, it's broken Bitcoin out of this descending triangle, which these typically break to the downside here, as descending triangles are bearish patterns. However, by breaking this to the upside, now we can hopefully resume our trajectory and start building this line here as a base of support. As you can see, this is pretty basic TA here, but it really bodes well for Bitcoin, what happened here. We can see here, though, no matter what, that even though Bitcoin broke up, you can see Bitcoin dominance is still struggling against this trend line here and hasn't really convincingly broken out of this trend line. It wants to, and maybe this will mean that Bitcoin season resumes again. And I'm telling you guys, no matter what happens with Bitcoin, I'm keeping my strategy. So remember, no matter what happens in this market, you set a strategy, you stick to it. I have my Bitcoin hodls. When I get profits from my alts, I distribute there. But for the most part, I'm focused on new projects that have explosive trajectory. But let's look at how we could have predicted this, because in my opinion, this could go even deeper than what we've seen today. As we can see here, Elon Musk back in 2018 was caught reading a book on cryptocurrency. And this to me is a big tell, because Elon knows he's going to be at a public event. Why did he have this book? He knows he's being photographed. He knows how he's got this cult of the nerds that have been pushing him towards crypto for years. And how could this man in 2018, the kind of person who was doing digital currency in the early 2000s, just start to be learning about cryptocurrency? This feels to me like an epic troll or like a cookie crumb. For me, this is absolutely an indicator that he's playing with us. More importantly, we see here a huge connection with what Elon Musk does and what Bitcoin's biggest problem is, which is that Bitcoin has been criticized long for having an energy problem, of being bad for the environment due to energy consumption. And what is Tesla fundamentally, if not for a renewable energy company? That's why Tesla's monetary value is so much more than any other car maker, because it's about the battery technology and the way that they plan to capture renewable energy and really change the way that energy consumption happens. I mean, he's essentially single-handedly putting an end to the fossil fuel industry. And one of the biggest transitions of the last few years is that onshore wind and solar power are now frequently less expensive than fossil fuel options. This is brand new. Fossil fuels was typically way cheaper than solar and renewable energies, but this trend of making solar cheaper and renewable energies cheaper is only growing, and this is a huge piece to the puzzle of what could potentially be a uniting between Tesla's mission and Bitcoin. And so we see even more evidence here with the fact that Peter Thiel, Elon Musk's co-founder at PayPal, is backing a huge Bitcoin mining startup in West Texas. And of course, just recently, Elon Musk revealed that he has moved to Texas. The pieces and the breadcrumbs just keep unfolding here. And so when we do see that Elon Musk eventually tweeted, in retrospect, it was inevitable, this is something that us crypto folks have long believed was the case, which is that not only does Elon Musk understand Bitcoin, but that he's been planning some huge moves around Bitcoin, because it's a true middle finger to the powers that be. It's a true middle finger to Wall Street, who he hates so deeply. And it's a true piece to the puzzle of a new world disconnected from legacy infrastructure, which are clearly the things he dreams of day in and day out with PayPal, with Tesla, with SpaceX. These are all three fundamental changes to our legacy infrastructure that will allow for a fundamentally new type of existence, a new type of life to be created. And so in retrospect, not only was it inevitable, but it seems as though Elon Musk has been planning something tremendous for Bitcoin for a very long time. I know that we've discussed this ad nauseum for years now, but it seems as though the true CEO of Bitcoin has emerged. And we can only imagine how important it would be if Tesla started investing its own resources or holding Bitcoin on its balance sheets. How important would that be for a transition, for our world, for the stock market, for Bitcoin itself as an asset? And remember, the case remains the same for Ethereum, as it's still here in this rising channel, showing that it's still on track here to try to overcome its highs and break out. Nothing changes for the altcoins. If anything, this floor of liquidity created by Bitcoin just makes the altcoin market, in my humble opinion, even stronger. And so as we see the CEO of Bitcoin emerge, as we see a new face and name associated with Bitcoin in one of the most powerful coming out parties I could have ever imagined, literally just at the right time as Bitcoin was on life support here in this modern bull run, in a very important bull run, as Bitcoin is offering a potential opt-out from a financial system that is truly broken and needs repair. Inevitable indeed, but the timing is almost stranger than fiction. What a crazy day to be in cryptocurrency, as Elon Musk reveals that he's pro-Bitcoin, something we long knew was likely the case, but now we have official confirmed evidence of. Right as Wall Street bets and the Doge army bring in millions potentially of new users, people who are no longer going to play a rigged game in the stock market, but want to seek a better future here in crypto land. These are amazing and transformational changes to the fabric of our financial world and our pop culture. And we can only imagine what will happen next as Bitcoin takes center stage in this modern bull run, and we can assume that with it will come an absolutely transformative gain here in the altcoins. And if you guys are part of this, then you are part of a very important movement that I believe will bring the world into a more just, less rigged, more fair, more equitable system for all. As we're seeing with Wall Street bets, there is no equality for the little guy. And what we need to understand is that a true open and free market presents opportunities for you and me that were simply not there, because when Wall Street loses, they rig the game. But there's no rigging of the game in a truly decentralized and open world. That means the risk is much higher, and that's why I preach risk management all the time. However, if you're able to manage your risk and learn how to play the game properly, the opportunity is tremendous, and I believe it can be life-changing. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys got some value out of this, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. And remember, of course, that each and every comment on this video is entered to win your very own hardware wallet, which we'll give away right now, but if you comment on this video, you'll be entered to win on the next giveaway. So here we are, we're gonna generate a number between 1 and 14. We'll go ahead and generate it. We've got number 10 here. We'll go count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos back. Oh, this was my actual introduction of Super Farm. Cool, nice to give it out on that video. Let's go ahead and pick a random comment from that video. We'll go ahead and filter duplicate users. Make sure it's not a scammer comment. We ain't giving away no hardware wallets to no scammers. Wow, 1,417 unique comments. That's absolutely amazing. And Alex Godman says, love your vids. Thank you so much, Alex Godman. Go ahead and DM me on Twitter or Telegram. We'll go ahead and confirm your identity. No fakers. We will weed you out. We will sniff you out. So unless you're Alex Godman, don't even try it. You won't get there. But regardless, thank you so much, Alex. And go ahead, make sure you comment on this video so you're entered to win on the next one. Wow, what a day with Elon coming out, the absolute flood of new attention in crypto. Even my girlfriend is getting in on the fun, and she's not much of a trader. So you can see that we're at the beginning of something truly amazing. And remember, as always, this creates a climate where altcoins are going to become extremely opportunistic. So if you guys want the absolute best coverage of new opportunities in the space, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe and put that bell notification on. That way you'll be made aware whenever I put out new content, especially during this inevitable and beautiful alt season, which we are bubbling our way up to right now. And yesterday's events make it all that much more likely that we'll see some absolute fireworks in the near future. You can earn up to 8.6% interest rates on BlockFi by using my link below. The funnel's a little annoying. You have to do KYC and stuff, but getting through gets you some pretty cool interest rates. I personally use the product and I love it. So definitely make sure you check that out. With that said, once again, thank you for watching. My name's Elio Trades, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.